Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sanjay Shukla from Tagore College of Science and Commerce, Mumbai, India. And my topic for the day is sustainable development, the water, energy, food nexus, effects of livelihoods of common need. Overview, what are natural resources? The link between population growth and the use of world's resources. What is sustainable development? Importance of sustainable development. How can we achieve sustainable development? Principles of sustainable society, evolution of water, energy, food security nexus, and we also discuss the importance of security nexus, effects of security nexus on the livelihood of common man. What is natural resource? Anything that we extract from the biosphere or the physical landscape to accommodate the needs of man is defined as natural resource. A natural resource is further classified as a renewable and non-renewable resources. Examples: renewable resources are solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, and biomass. Non-renewable resources includes fossil fuels such as oil, natural gas, and coal. Population growth and environment. Population growth results in high levels of consumption and industrialization, inequality in wealth and land distribution, inappropriate government policies, poverty, and inefficient technologies all contribute to environmental decline. Many of the world's population live in poor countries already strained by food insecurity, inadequate sanitation, water supplies, and housing, and an inability to meet the basic needs of current population. Clearly, one of the challenges of a growing population is that the mere presence of so many people sharing limited number of resources strains the environment. This is the world capita per energy consumption, the demand and the supply graph. By around 2052, this is the forecast of energy consumption. China, India, they build 4 new coal power plants every week. More than 1,000 new coal plants are planned worldwide, with about 3/4 of these are in China and India alone. Next, talking about forest resources, they have been exploited for the production of timber, also causing huge havoc for the inhabitant animal species. Also talking about the marine life, what do you think will be the impact of these type of fishing on the resources of the sea? Sustainable development means making life better, to have a better standard of living and an improved quality of life. Sustainable development means making sure that the things we do, the goods we buy, and the lifestyle we have today will not harm the environment for us, for people in other places, and for future generations. The Brundtland definition 1987 defines sustainable development is the development that meets the need of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Talking about environmental sustainability, looking at the levels of consumption and waste, thinking about our careful use of Earth's resources, realizing that we are each responsible for our actions and that what we can do have a huge impact on other people and places. The environment pillar of sustainable development is crucial. Once we understand that the resources that the planet offers are finite, it becomes clear that the current methods of consumption are using up more resources than the planet can afford. The approach, therefore, has to be towards sustainable development should encompass all aspects and take into consideration the fact that everything is connected across generations and across countries. The principle is to look at everything as part of the whole. The issues that we face are multiple and complex. We need a holistic vision which looks at the well-being of man and the planet together. The systems approach. This is a nice pie diagram of understanding the environmental viable natural environment and sustainable development, taking into consideration the social, economic, and equitable social environment. Talking about the economic, social, and environmental sustainable development, economic development offers opportunities for growth, increased GDP and benefits, system stability and security, green jobs and eradication of unemployment, prevention of practices which misuses resources, regulation of overexploitation and harmful externalities. Social participation and inclusion of everyone, eradication of poverty and exclusion, food security, equitable distribution of resources, better life chances and opportunities. environmental protection of ecosystems and biosphere, increased quality of air, land, water, better management of waste and pollution, respect and protection for all species, flora, fauna, and marine species, measures to ensure resource sustainability and harmony. Many conflicting views of sustainable development believe that actually anti-growth and anti-wealth is the current sustainable development. On the contrary, what we believe is sustainable development is about balance and holistic approach to development. This means that some of the things need to be preserved and sustained, while others need to be given the incentive to be deployed. What needs to be sustained is people and cultures, natural resources, biodiversity, environment and ecosystem. What needs to be developed, quality of life, justice and social equality, equal opportunity, institutions, culture of sustainability, fair income dialogue, and communication. The nexus approach. The term nexus in Latin describes the act of tying together or something which binds. In connection with environmental resource management, the term nexus was introduced for the first time during 1980s. Notably, in a project by the United Nations University Food Energy Nexus Program, SACH and SIL 1990. The Nexus perspective emphasizes the interrelatedness and the interdependencies of these environmental resources and their transitions and fluxes across spatial scales and between compartments. Now, instead of just looking at individual components, the functioning, productivity, and management of a complex system, it has to be taken into consideration. Water, energy, food security nexus, a nice way to understand how everything food, water, and energy are interrelated. Water is needed to grow food. Food in turn transports virtual water. Energy is needed to produce food. Food can be used to produce energy. Energy is needed to supply water. Water is needed to generate energy. The water, energy, and food security nexus means that the three sectors, water security, energy security, and food security, are inextricably linked, and that the actions in one area more often than not have impacts in one or both the others. Water security is defined as Millennium Development Goals (MDGs) as access to safe drinking water and sanitation, both of which have recently become a human right. While not part of most water security definitions yet, availability of and access to water for other human and ecosystem uses is also very important from a nexus perspective. Energy security has been defined as access to clean and reliable, affordable energy services for cooking and heating, lighting, communications, and productive uses, according to the United Nations. And an uninterrupted physical availability of energy at a price which is affordable while respecting environmental concerns. Food security is defined by the Food and Agricultural Organization as availability and access to sufficient, safe, nutritious food to meet the dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Adequate food also has been defined as human right. Next is challenge. Water security. There's a case study in Kathmandu where growing water demand for agriculture, energy, industry, and human livestock, there has been uneven endowment of water resources. Almost 90% of water is consumed by the agricultural sector. 20% of the population lacks to access of safe drinking water. There has been groundwater depletion. 70 to 80% of agricultural production depends on groundwater irrigation. Water pollution, arsenic, and waterborne diseases, high child mortality, poor health, sanitization. Food security. Food production needs to be doubled in the next 25 years. Per capita agricultural land has been declining. Rice and wheat, high water and high energy demands. Increased production needs to come from limited or shrinking areas of cultivable lands. Intensification of agriculture has led to greater dependence on water and energy. The competition for land and food and bioenergy crops and ecosystem services. There has been a widening gap between demand and supply. 63% of people do not have electricity, 65% use biomass for cooking. Shortage of energy impedes economic growth. meeting growing energy demand for agriculture, water, industry, and other economic activities, high dependence of traditional sources, fossil fuels, imported energy, reducing reliance upon fossil fuels and carbon. Effects of livelihood of common man. With 3% of land, sustainable agriculture has to feed 20% population. The per capita agricultural land has been declining. Population will reach 2.2 billions in 2050. The cereal demand will increase to 2,41,476 million metric tons in 2050. Increased production needs to come from limited or shrinking areas of cultivable lands. Water demand for irrigation will increase by about 75%. Fertilizer demand will increase over 100%. The sustainable community has to take into mind that growth has to be for everyone without affecting the environment. I would like to thank all the resources which I've taken from different internet resources, also SlideShare, and my colleagues, Dr. Vipul Purohit, and others to help.